What's good, guys? Welcome back. This is UFC 6 best bets and lock of the week, including not one, but two bonuses. We're going to be going over my 6 most confident picks. We're going to be going over some props. And stay tuned for Friday last-minute predictions, guys, for the last-minute betting, props, tips, predictions, picks, pick flips. All of that happens on Friday. So we're going to be going over my 6 best bets and my lock of the week with two bonuses. So if you guys haven't already, guys, let's go. Without further ado, our first most confident pick of the week, guys. Here we go. Tagir Ulanbekov. He's 15-2-0. 3 years ago, he was on the preliminary card, one of the first fights, and he lost against Tim Elliott. Sometimes some can say if he loses this match against Clayton Carpenter, it could ruin the night for the Dagestanis because, they're all brothers, so they all want to see each other win. So this could, they put it to the side, but no matter what, they're going to keep pushing. I think, obviously, against Tim Elliott, there was a lot of glove grabbing and a lot of illegal moves, and Tim Elliott was still able to win that fight. Honestly, I think Tagir Ulanbekov should be able to win this fight by unanimous decision. Tagir Ulanbekov is a minus 340. Clayton Carpenter is a plus 250. We know Clayton Carpenter is undefeated. He's a wrestler, and he is that guy. Not only is that guy, but he's going to be going for the takedown as well, and he's going to be able to maybe defend or scramble off some takedowns. So I like Tagir Ulanbekov by submission on points. And I like Tagir Ulanbekov by unanimous decision. But obviously, I'll take him at a minus 340. He's parlayable. Let's go. Honestly, I think Tagir Ulanbekov, obviously, he's matched up against Clayton Carpenter for January 18th. But I think Tagir Ulanbekov is very, very good. He has a very good stature for his flyweight division. We see Khabib, Tagir, and Islam have been working together ever since they were young, guys. And the doggies have a record of 101. So just that being said alone shows that these guys are really, really good at what they do. Here we have Khabib maintaining top control on top of Tagir Ulanbekov, and I think that's very important because, a guy like Khabib is going to be pushing, especially when he's in top mount. He's going to be holding you like glue, so this is something that you have to prepare for. Clayton Carpenter could get in a position where he's on top mount. Tagir Ulanbekov needs to be able to get out of there and survive, not only try to get submitted. I think Tagir Ulanbekov is going to be a good pick. Give me Tagir Ulanbekov at a minus 340. I'll take Tagir Ulanbekov, and then I'll take him by unanimous decision, 29-28. Let's go, Tagir Ulanbekov. Let's go. My second most confident pick of the week, guys. Let's go. Rinya Nakamura. We know Rinya Nakamura was on the Ultimate Betting Guide, and Rinya Nakamura is set to face off against Mayun Gafurov. Mayun Gafurov is very good. We know that this guy is known for sometimes his stature on his back. He has a little bit of hair, a lot of hair actually, but he's pretty good as well. So with that being said, Rinya Nakamura is undefeated. We know Rinya Nakamura is a very heavy wrestler, guys. I used this clip yesterday just because I have to recycle some of the clips because you guys know I can't put some of the UFC footage because I get a copyright strike. So like yesterday, he goes in for the takedown. Not only does he go for the takedown, but what I was very impressed with was his base, the way he stands his base and the way he's able to take the back. Not only the way that he's able to take the back, but just pay attention to the way he wraps around the back. Wraps around the back, takes the back, maintains control, and I expect him to do the same to Mayun Gafurov. We do know that this guy is a minus 480, and Mayun Gafurov is the guy who is more than likely going to put up a very, very tough fight. Honestly, Rinya Nakamura is one of the biggest favorites on the card. Mayun Gafurov is a plus 330. When I look at this fight, guys, I think Rinya Nakamura is capable to win this fight. I'll go Rinya Nakamura by submission on points, and then give me Rinya Nakamura by unanimous decision. Obviously, those props aren't out yet, but give me Rinya Nakamura at a minus 480 money line. I'll take it. I know it's a big I know it's a lot of juice, guys, but he's parlayable, and he will fit the price tag. My third most confident pick of the week, guys. Right after this one, we got lock of the week, so let's go. Here we go. Jailton Almeida. We know Jailton Almeida is 21-3-0. We know Jailton Almeida recently lost to Curtis Blades. And why? Because it was a telegraph takedown, and he did not want to let it go. Minus 440 for Jailton Almeida. Sergey Spivak is a plus 310. We do know that Sergey Spivak, the polar bear, is a guy who's going to fight for everything. He got a submission on Tybura in the first round, so a guy like Jailton Almeida is going to be needing to train heavy for a guy like Sergey Spivak. I think these explosive workouts are very good. Not only they're very good, but they're good for his takedowns, working on the hips as well. We know Dalton Almeida has been working on his takedown defense as well. Who's to say Sergey Spivak is not going to shoot a takedown? I got to see how good his takedown defense is. Obviously, he's going frame by frame, but he's been working on his takedown defense. He's not a Robelis to Spain. Now we're going to go to my lock of the week, guys. Without further ado, 6 best bets, lock of the week, 2 bonuses, guys. Drop a like, guys. Let's go. Here we go. Lock of the week, baby. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Here we go. Grant Dawson, guys, 22-2-1. Baby Chin Dawson. We know Grant Dawson is a -280 money line. Diego Ferreira is a +210. We know Diego Ferreira is known for his takedown defense, his get-up game. He is very, very good. Not only is he very good, but he's always on the move. We know that a lot of people like to say that Diego Ferreira might not even be able to be held down by a guy like Grant Dawson. I think Grant Dawson is by far one of the best wrestlers that comes out of ATT, and I know this is a hot take, I think he's a better wrestler than Gamrot. Gamrot's a guy who keeps on shooting consistently, but he's not maintaining top control. I think Grant Dawson's able to maintain top control. His striking is a little off. Sometimes he has cold feet. He got knocked out by Bobby Green, and that was his only loss, so now he has to start all the way back up. He had a 9-fight win streak, I believe, and now he has to start all the way from 0, taking on these ranked guys again. How motivating can that be, or how demotivating can that be? And it's not his only loss, obviously, but that can be very demotivating. So I'm expecting Grant Dawson to come here with everything, guys. We know Bobby Green is very fast. First 30 seconds caught him. Who's to say 9 times out of 10 he doesn't win that fight? So with that being said, if you do not like Grant Dawson as the lock of the week, this is a nice little parlay that I figured you guys would like. The over 2.5 for Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov, and the over 1.5 for Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira comes up to -154, 2-leg parlay. I think it's perfect if you have this. If you don't, you can still parlay a good over with the over 1.5 with Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira. Honestly, I think this is a perfect 2-leg parlay. Over 2.5 Merab versus Umar, over 1.5 Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira comes out to -154. I think it's a perfect 2-leg parlay. Matter of fact, I already placed it. So we know Grant Dawson has been training hard. Not only has he been training hard, but he trains with guys like Mateusz Gamrot. Trains heavy, trains hard, and we know that Grant Dawson is going to be coming for everything. So this is my lock of the week, guys. Without further ado, this is my lock of the week, guys. We know Grant Dawson sets a face-off against Diego Ferreira. It's going to be a banger fight. Let's hope the best man wins. I'll take Grant Dawson to win this fight by unanimous decision specifically, but obviously I'll just take straight money line because you never know. This guy was able to finish his last fight by beautiful ground and pound, so I expect him to win this fight. Let's go Grant Dawson for the win. My lock of the week, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Why would you put him over Kevin Holland? Because we know this guy is my 5th most confident pick of the week. Not only is my 5th most confident pick of the week, Reinier de Ridder is a -113. Kevin Holland's a -113. We know Kevin Holland was a -130, 115. And then yesterday, Reinier de Ridder was a -115. Now it's -113, 113. This is one of those fights where you cannot miss it. Reinier de Ridder is a guy who's a 2-division champ from ONE FC. Not only is he a 2-division champ, but he had a successful UFC debut against Gerald Meerschaert. Gerald Meerschaert was able to drop him in the first round. But then after, Gerald Meerschaert tended to get a little tired, and he submitted the submission king, Gerald Meerschaert. Gerald Meerschaert's one of the best, so the fact that you're able to submit him in the 3rd round, I know Gerald Meerschaert was tired, but he was still able to get that win and finish that fight inside the distance after getting dropped. So I think Reinier de Ridder's a guy just like DDP who's going to get dropped, going to face plant right into the canvas. And he was going to be my lock of the week, but you never know with a guy like Reinier de Ridder. I'm very high on him. By far, the guy who I'm the most high on in this entire card is Grant Dawson and Reinier de Ridder. So, guys, with that being said, guys, Reinier de Ridder to beat Kevin Holland. I wanted to use these animatrix. So, my bad, guys, for this. But animations. We know this is how Kevin Holland was able to knock out Joaquin Buckley. And then this is how Reinier de Ridder was able to get a submission win. Reinier de Ridder breaks Vitali Big Dash posture from bottom by underhooking the near leg, then submits him with a reverse triangle choke. So obviously it's not the actual footage, but it's a drawing, and it's an animation of what Reinier de Ridder is capable of. So he's on bottom. We can have this position like if Kevin Holland he takes down Reinier de Ridder, and he puts himself in a position like this where he ends up getting tangled in Reinier de Ridder's guard, or he gets sweeped and gets reversed. But we do know that this is a very unique submission, and I think he could get the sub on a guy like Kevin Holland. Right here, when I look at Reinier de Ridder, we got to look at his kicks. He has some of the hardest kicks in the game. Not only does he have some of the hardest kicks in the game, but he has the best recovery in the game as well. Honestly, I think he's fit, and I think he should be able to beat a guy like Kevin Holland. Obviously, we know Reinier de Ridder trains very hard. Not only does he train very hard, but the people that he keeps around him are very good. We know that he has a successful UFC debut. It was an absolute war. You shouldn't be going to war with Gerald Meerschaert, but we know the first round jitters are everything, guys. So give me Reinier de Ridder to win this fight against Kevin Holland. Now we're going to go for my 6th most confident pick of the week, guys. The last most confident pick of the week. Here we go. Islam Makhachev, guys. I think you guys already guessed this one. Islam Makhachev, 26-1, minus 400 versus Arman Tsarukyan, plus 285. The champion looking to defend his belt and break the lightweight record. We know Islam by KO on points is a minus 165. So I think that's perfect. But excuse me, I prefer Islam by submission or on points at a minus 220. So I would, obviously, you could take money line. Minus 400 is a little too juiced. Me personally, I like Islam Makhachev by submission or on points, or Islam by KO or on points. Islam by KO or on points is a minus 165. Islam by submission or on points is a minus 220. In my opinion, Islam by submission or on points at a minus 220 is the best way to go. So I'll take that, and we're going to do a little quick recap. Here we go. Tagir Ulanbekov to win his fight, money line. We know he's a big favorite, but we could parlay him with Rinya Nakamura. Nice little 2-leg parlay. Jonathan Almeida, of course, to win his fight, preferably inside the distance. Grant Dawson, lock of the week, to win his fight, just money line, because you never know with a guy like Grant Dawson. He should be able to win, but you never know. The chin is a factor, of course. Reinier de Ridder to win, but remember the 2-leg parlay that I gave you guys as well, guys. The over 1.5 and the over 2.5 in Merab versus Umar, and the over 1.5 in Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira. I like that little 2-leg parlay. Reinier de Ridder to win his fight, just money line. They're both a pick 'em. Islam Makhachev to win his fight by submission or on points at a minus 220. And then we're going to go to the bonus, guys. What's going to be the bonus? Here it is. Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. It's going to be over 4.5. Not over. Will this fight go the distance? Yes. Minus 260. No. Plus 192. In my opinion, I like this fight to go the distance. Yes, at a minus 260. If you take the over 4.5 in the co-main event, it comes out to minus 280. So, in my opinion, I'd rather take... It's 2 minutes and 50 seconds between the over 4.5 and will this fight go the distance. So, in my opinion, I'd rather take will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a minus 260. I think it's better than a minus 280. Honestly, but if you do not like that, I also have the Umar by KO on points, minus 160. Umar by submission on points, minus 220. In my opinion, Umar by submission on points at a minus 220 is perfect. It's just like Islam Makhachev by submission on points at a minus 220. We know Umar has very good control, but we know the KO factor is there as well. If this fight is expected to go the distance, I might just take Umar by KO on points at a minus 160. Just money line, because it's expected to go the distance. The only thing is, if he's able to get a submission on Merab, it doesn't hit. So, just to play it safe, I'll take will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a minus 260. Umar by submission on points at a minus 220. So, I'll take those two in two different slips. In my opinion, I think, yes, minus 260 is perfect. And Umar by submission on points at a minus 220 should be able to win this fight. It turns a minus 400 into basically a minus... I'll tell you exactly what Umar Nurmagomedov is. Umar is a minus 330, Merab Dvalishvili plus 240, so it literally turns a minus 330 into a minus 220, so you get a lot of value on that, in my opinion, by submission on points, or if you want this fight to go the distance. The second bonus, guys, let's go. Here we go. Technically, this is the third bonus. Let's go. Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan to go the distance. We know that these guys are fighting in the rematch. Obviously, their first fight won the distance, but it was only 3 rounds. Main event, will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a minus 172. No, at a plus 134. If you jumped on this a week, like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, will this fight go the distance was a minus 138. So the fact that it went from a minus 138 to a minus 172, I reckon you should jump on it now, because the odds are always fluctuating. So I will repeat that. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a minus 172. No, at a plus 134. And then this, I mean, if you really want to take the over 4.5 because you don't want to risk it just in case another Dustin Poirier, Islam Makhachev situation, the over 4.5 is a minus 190. But like I said, guys, Islam Makhachev by submission on points is awesome. And I like will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a plus 172. So let me know what you guys think, guys. That is the 6 best bets in the lock of the week, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, guys. Obviously, there's a lot of value coming for UFC 311, but be careful because there's traps. So stay tuned, guys. Last minute prediction video is coming out on Friday. The last minute prediction video is going to be an absolute banger. We get to see all the fighters on the scales, all the fighters face off, and if every fighter made weight. I wonder if every fighter's going to make weight. Some people are going to have more tough weight cuts than others, and it might be a definitive factor to how their match plays out. Stay tuned, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. The best is blessed, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. See you guys in the next one. Let's go. Peace.